Good night, everyone. Oh, let me take this bubble gum. Not good manners to talk with bubble gum in your mouth. Good night, everyone. How you all doing? Yeah, I guess it's unusual for me to be on at this hour. I just came in off the road. Well, not too long ago. Had some stuff going on the road today with my candles and teas. My scented candles that I make. So I actually had to go and do the labels for them and stuff. So I'll show you guys those in time. And yes, I'm getting a lot of stuff done. And I came back not too long ago. I hope you're all doing well. Keeping warm, dry, safe. Well, we didn't have any rain. Well, St. Anne, well, let me not say. I think rain fell in Brownstown this evening. But I guess most parishes haven't been having any rain since yesterday. So I guess we're getting back to normal. I pray that we don't have any more, we don't get any more developing storms. And we're praying for those who in Cuba. Now you're Cuba having a lot of rain. I think them getting a hurricane too, and Florida. So let us just keep those people in our thoughts and prayers, you know, that they fear out. Okay. You know? Okay. So we're going to delve into our book. So we're at chapter 5. We are at chapter 5. And we had stopped at, I think the internet was giving trouble the last time, and I pray I don't have any glitches tonight. So we had stopped at Old Iron Blue. So let me just refresh your memory. So we're reading the book Come Back, Old Iron Blue, written by Elkanah Rule and narrated by Karen Ware. I think that last part I forget to say sometimes. So we are at chapter 5. And we had stopped at Old Iron Blue walking into Miss Gaddy Kate's kitchen. So we're going to pick up from there. So I just want to read a few pages for you, because I need to, you know, get this book moving so we can go into the other books that we have. Not that I'm rushing. Alright, so let me just start back at where he says, Gaddy Kate, how are you today? Hearty, sir, but who is the person? She inquired from her smoke-filled country kitchen, peeping through the wattles to see if the person was coming too close. Me, Old Iron Blue, me coming for some of your lunch, he said, walking straight to the kitchen with Bulrush close behind him. He found her sitting on an old downturned bamboo basket. The fire was glowing lively as if it had just been used. You hear this interesting part? The scent of delicious soup filled the air, but none to be seen anywhere. How you managed to remain in this kitchen with so much smoke? I smell soup. The real good soup, exclaimed Old Iron Blue, using his tongue to moisten his lips. Your nose fooling you, or maybe it is Duppy Bickle. I never heard this yet. Your nose fooling you, or maybe it is Duppy Bickle you smell, stated Caddy Kate in an uncomfortable, agonizing tone. Her face was covered with misery as she twisted, turned, and bit her lower lip. Oh my God. But you sound as if you're feeling pains, he said, focusing his eyes intently on her. If you're feeling pains and I can be of assistance, tell me. No, I'm all right, she mumbled in greater agony. No, you are not all right. You're dying. Something is wrong with you. Tell me what is wrong, he demanded. I know when people sick. He saw her eyes rolling over as she pitched backward from the basket. He ran from the kitchen into the yard and cried out in a thunderous voice, "Why? Why? Getty Kate dead! Run, come, everybody, run, come!" Bawling in this district. This sent the neighbors running from all directions to Caddy Kate's house. Miss Joplin came along as well. One of you run to charter Pappy Mac's car," said Miss Anne. "She is not dead. She's groaning. If we get her quickly to Spanish Town Hospital, she will live." Hear this now, as my love said, Tori come to bump. Where was she sitting when she collapsed?" asked Miss Joplin. You know Miss Joplin, she fast. On that basket beside her," replied old Iron Blue. But steam seemed to be coming out of the basket. Observe Miss Joplin, putting her hand on the part on which she sat. She quickly withdrew her hand, flashing her fingers as if in pain. "My God, it is very hot," she declared. "What is under it?" She lifted the basket to reveal, in the presence of everyone, a steaming pot of soup. "What a woman, wicked to herself," said one. "I have never experienced anything like this in my whole life." Because she did not want to give any of her food to old Iron Blue, she sat on the pot. Can you imagine, people? The woman sit down on the pot. The whole of her bottom must have burnt off. "I am going to let everyone in this district know about this," said Miss Joplin. I don't know, she not keep nothing to herself. "I know that some of her relatives are very curmudgeon." That's another Jamaican word. I know that some of her relatives are very curmudgeon, and I will want to hide the truth. But I am a plain woman. I always speak the truth. To hide food from people in this manner is a big disgrace in a small community like this. So listen now. Oh my God, this is so funny. So Miss Caddy Kate, when she see old Iron Blue come in, she run go put one basket on the pot and sit down on the pot. Cause she don't want to give him any of the food. Everybody knows that old Iron Blue crib. My God, I'm burn up herself. Woe it be unto anyone who tries to hide food from me, said old Iron Blue. I hope this will be a lesson to all who would desire to hide food from me. The whole pot of soup has now fallen to me. What good fortune meets me today, he said, looking at his dog. God is good. God is good. I see you are looking very pleased, Bulrush, my boy. You have every reason to be. Teacher Turnbull always says that it is an ill wind that blows no good. So she was trying to hide the soup from old Iron Blue, but old Iron Blue ended up getting the whole pot of soup. So you see? I wonder what's the moral of the story. Pappy Mac's car came down the rough road rather quickly. Yabba Yabba, the driver, old Iron Blue, and another man put her in the car. Her sister Penny was just in time to accompany her to the hospital. Old Iron Blue took the pot of soup from the kitchen along with a large wooden spoon that was in it. He sat on a stone in the middle of the yard and greedily consumed everything in the pot, tossing pieces to his dog every now and then. A few bits of dumplings stuck to the bottom of the pot. He tried to use the wooden spoon to pry it up, but was finding the task difficult. Boy, old Iron Blue really terrible. It dawned on him that if he looked in the kitchen, he could probably find a knife which would do a better job. His idea worked very well, and in a short time the pot was cleaned out. "Come, Bulrush," he said, completing his meal. "This was a blessing in disguise for you and me." News spread quickly, and soon everyone was talking about Caddy Kate's action. I don't know why I can't pronounce his lady name properly. Caddy Kate's action. In that community, the people considered it an unpardonable sin for anyone not to offer food to whoever may arrive at mealtime, whether you liked him or not. So there would be little sympathy for Caddy Kate. I just call her Miss Kate, because this Caddy Kate went to Smithtown. She stayed for more than a week in the hospital. Children, frank people they are, were the first to start teasing her. They called her names like White Bottom, oh my God, White Bottom, Burn Up, and other names too outrageous to mention, and no children stay. For most days, life went on without variation for old Iron Blue. Only the weather intervened sometimes and broke his schedule. One day, a relative who has been living abroad came to visit him. The relative gave him a present of a wristwatch. He decided that his watch was very beautiful. He had to wear it in a hurry to some place. He could never possess such a great symbol of prestige, and people did not know about it. So therefore, I'm have to go put on the watch and go show off. So everybody see him have watch. You know, some people sometimes have on watch and the watch not working. You ask them the time. When you ask them the time, they pretend like they're looking at the time and say, "Oh, 6 o'clock" or whatever. Anyway, he sat, polished his water boots, and shined them with soft cloth. Then he dressed himself in his new tweed pants and his long-sleeved blue shirt. Taking his old felt hat from a nail on which it hung, he carefully dusted it and placed it on his large round head. He put on his shiny water boots, carefully laced them, and walked away. A few steps from his house, he saw a piece of pimento stick shaped like a club. "This is a nice stick to walk with," he said with ripples of an attempted smile appearing on the edges of his mouth. "We are living in perilous times, as Punk Eye often preaches. If anyone attacks me, I can club him down. It is not properly shaped, but when I return, I will do some shaping up on it." He spun it around in his hands. He looked at it with wide open eyes. Then he closed one eye and held it horizontally in front of his face to determine exactly how straight it was. Not bad at all," he concluded. Old Iron Blue was never again seen without his baton. He walked out into the road. He saw Mr. Butters coming towards him. He was walking as leisurely as he always did. Old Iron Blue quickly glanced at his wrist. Hear what I told you earlier? Listen to this. Old Iron Blue quickly glanced at his wrist to make sure that it was still there. "Good evening, Mr. Butters," he said. "And how do you do, sir?" he asked in an air of extreme pleasure. The puzzled Mr. Butters could not recollect seeing him looking so pleased before. "Me hearty, sir," replied Mr. Butters, trying to read his facial appearance. "It seems early, Mr. Butters, but it is not so early," he said, lifting his wrist with the watch. So otherwise he want Mr. Butters to see the watch. "Oh, you have a lovely watch. I would feel proud to be the owner of such a fine watch," complimented Mr. Butters. "So what time is it?" Old Iron Blue looked at the watch and started calculating loudly. Let's see, 5 and 5 make 10. Take away 5. Have a little patience with me. I don't want to give you the wrong time. Give me a minute. Let me calculate properly. So hear him now to Mr. Butters. So Mr. Butters, so when he said that to Mr. Butters burst out into a loud laughter. He laughed until tears ran down his cheeks. Old Iron Blue ceased his calculation and stared at Mr. Butters with sparks of anger flying from his eyes. It is better if you look at the sun and tell me the time, Mr. Butters advised, breaking into another round of laughter. Laughter. If it is ever the correct time to save your life, you will never get it from me again, he declared in an aggravated tone as he walked away. You grudge me for my watch. You grudge me for my watch, said Old Iron Blue. But come to think of it, stated Mr. Butters, he's wearing the watch on the wrong hand. I've never seen anyone wearing a watch on his right hand. He came around a corner and came face to face with Miss Joplin and two other women. He quickly lifted his hand and put his He quickly lifted his hand and put across his chest so they could not miss seeing the watch. They merely said, "Morning, Mass Old Iron Blue," in the usual courteous country style. He lifted his hand and began to wipe his face so that the wrist bearing the watch would be very conspicuous. But no complimentary words came from the ladies. He used his left hand to adjust the watch properly. Yet no response came from the ladies. Otherwise, they not pay him no mind. Or probably them see it and I go on like them not see it. Let's see if I can. Yeah, chapter 5. It's a bit long. Alright, where were we? As Miss Joplin thought that he was far enough not to hear, she declared, "Him buy a new watch to time everybody pat better now." "I hear the remarks that you pass against me, Joplin," protested Old Iron Blue angrily. "You grudge me for my watch. You are a backbiting, bad-minded..." Wait there. "You grudge me for my watch. You are a backbiting, bad-minded, deceitful, grudgeful, and sneaking woman. You dry up and you dry up and meager like good horse." Me never hear that yet. You dry up and meager like good horse. So this is why my cousin Miss Joplin I tell her. "No, Old Iron Blue, I was not thinking of you at all. I would not say such things about you," she said, trying to appease him. "You saw me with my new watch and you did not congratulate me. You started talking me with your friends. You are curmudgeon and red-eye. Don't ever try to pacify anything. I caught you red-handed talking about me." He quarreled loudly as he walked away, leaving Miss Joplin and the other woman. You're supposed to know Miss Joplin by now. "I didn't know that Old Iron Blue would hear me. His ears is as clean as a whistle. Anyway, did you notice that it is water boots he was wearing? Well polished and shine too. Man dress up in such nice clothes, gold watch, and wearing water boots. Isn't this strange? Papi show people the Papi show people the a world. Papi show people the a world. Brother." He rounded a few more corners and came over a hill. He heard a music as he came nearer to Pennington Square. The music grew louder. A few more steps and he passed a man known as Brother Cow. I don't know where this author get these names. These names are amusing. So as he came nearer to Pennington Square, the music grew louder. A few more steps and he passed a man known as Brother Cow. On his head were dozens of pieces of bamboo tied together. Old Iron Blue gazed in wonder, surprised that one man could carry such a heavy load. Brother Cow's one load of yam sticks is enough for a large yam field, he whispered. He shook his head and walked on. What the hell is playing the music so loudly, he muttered. I know radio, but that could not be radio, he puzzled. He came within sight of the main shop in the village square. He discovered where the music was coming from. What the hell Mac was playing in his shop? Such loud music. This can't be Joe Shepherd's band, he wondered. The shop was divided into two sections. One area for grocery and the other was a rum bar. The bar was filled with men. Wait, I need to read this part. Guys, you're going to love this part. The bar was filled with men. Some were talking loudly in their slurred voices, and others were dancing precautiously as if they would fall at any time. Old Iron Blue stepped closer. The music got louder. He could feel the vibrations going through his body. Between the changing of the records, the high-pitched voice of Jaggerman could be heard coming from the side of the shop. Me play dose, man. Me win the game. Eight in your money for me. Old Iron Blue was near enough to discover that the sound was coming from an enormous wooden box standing at one corner beside the shop. The box was as tall as he was. He stopped and took a good look. As the music stopped between the changing of the records, he touched the box to see if it were really a wooden box. Before he could remove his hand, the box blurted, "You big fat man, leave my girl alone." He quickly withdrew his hand. I wonder if it is me this damn thing talking to. Noah, let me walk away from it and go into the bar, because it might choose to hurt me, and I don't know what it is. As he walked away, he discovered that at the other end of the building was another box playing similar music. Old Iron Blue looked into the rum bar. His eyes came full contact with both Kong Teeth and Belly Side. He turned to walk away. Old Iron Blue, called Kong Teeth. Let bygone be bygone. Come inside and have a drink with us. We live in the same district. It makes no sense for us to malice each other. Remember Kong Teeth and Belly Side had a fight earlier on some time ago? So, look like they're not vexed with him anymore. We must try to live good with one another. I would never speak to you first, stated Old Iron Blue. But since you speak to me first, I will have a drink with you. Give me a double drink of white rum. But tell me something, he whispered. I see two boxes outside playing music and singing. Singing out so loudly. What are they? Sound system, man, sound system. You never hear about sound system before, replied Belly Side, shifting away the rum glass from his mouth. Give him what he requests, Kong Teeth told the bartender. You always like things double, Old Iron Blue. Do you want 2 bottles of diamond soda to chase your rum? I would like you to tell me how that thing works. I mean the one playing the music. Drink your rum. After you finish, I will take you to the back of the premises to let you speak to the operator. He will answer any question you want to know about the thing playing the music. So we're going to pause there for tonight. So we're going to pause there for tonight, and I'm going to pick up from there tomorrow. Oh my God, you know what I just realized, guys? that I was reading and all along the radio was on. I had the radio on in the kitchen and didn't realize. Oh my goodness, I hope it didn't affect the reading. Oh my goodness. Anyway, as I say in Jamaica, it's already gone bad. Alright, so we're going to pause there, and then tomorrow evening I'm going to pick up from there. So we're going to see what Old Iron Blue did with the rum, and what Bellyside or County telling about the boombox. So we're actually getting into our book. Yeah, we'll soon be finished. I'm enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it too. So thank you for joining me. Yeah, I think I see Miss Carter. Yes, Miss Carter joined. Thank you for joining me, Miss Carter. Thank you. I appreciate it. And for others who will join later on, find my video and listen to my video and listen to it on YouTube on Karen Vibes. I thank you. So thank you for spending the time to listen to me. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. I'm trying to reach that 50 subscribers so I can live stream on my YouTube channel, so I don't have to be uploading all my videos. But things take time, and they say you have to creep before you walk. So such is life. Alright, so you all have a good night. Keep safe, keep safe, keep safe. And I will see you tomorrow. And thank you so much. Bye. Night, night.